A couple connections you see on the damage on the name tags of that car rolling up on the north, but no full connections. Loser and Painkiller, they are going to dip out.
Dip out they will, with the blue zone almost done, shrinking on to circle number 1. Our next circle is about to reveal itself, Cameron. And with this next circle, I fear for some of these teams in the blue because they might mean a longer rotation for them. But with this next circle, it's going to be favoring the western side of the central point of circle number 1. So the teams on the west, not too far to move. This motorcycle looking very dangerous with all 3 members inside.
Yeah, for Team Loser, though, they at least have Justin, as you can see on the minimap, who is already inside the circle. But oh no, Moxie! Our dear friend Moxie from the very first round, he ends up, I believe, falling off the bridge, or maybe he just accidentally hit F out of the vehicle. Either way, this is going to slow down the rotation, still taking a lot of blue damage from this. It doesn't deal too much damage right now, but it's still damage that you don't necessarily need to take. But for both of these teams, they have to worry about driving through. Smack's team still hanging out in Sunken, but right now it's actually going to be a completely different squad. It's going to be, who is that?
It's Ammunition versus Anthony Kongman's
yes.
team. Yes, down to the south of our main part of Erangel, a full engagement squad on squad is popping off now. Will Ammunition's team be able to come up on top of Anthony Kongman? I don't know, Cameron. We're going to have to wait and see, but Anthony is taking so much damage, already has 2 teammates bleeding out, dropped down to about 30% HP, just trying to get to the shack for safety.
Ooh, that's Boom and another teammate already down. Anthony taking a lot of damage, is able to hide in the shack. The problem is, him and Drassel, the only 2 players left alive up there, they are not in a great spot. They could easily kind of get gate kept in that position on top of that hill. Yakas takes another shot onto Event 52, is going to be finishing that player off. But look at these sight lines that Ammunition and her team has on top of this little bit of a shack. Drassel and Anthony need to land some headshots, need to land some kills potentially to be able to push themselves down this hill because there's not a lot of cover.
No, not a lot of cover at all. There are a few rotation points out of this spot, but certainly they are going to be deadly if they opt into them. Anthony going inside of the shack, going to be popping off those meds. Certainly he needs them, Cameron. Drassel inside the buddy system in full effect.
The good thing that these 2 players have, at least to make it a little less bad, is that they are still in the circle.
Yes, absolutely. I don't have to rotate, so they can just stay there, kind of let Ammunition's team, which is in more of a vulnerable spot, Cameron, kind of have to rotate out of there.
Yeah, Ammunition, they're leaving. They're okay with this, and this is going to be the opportunity for Drassel and Anthony to run out. Boom potentially gets picked up as well if Drassel can get there in time, and it does seem to be the case, so they do keep themselves as 3. Nothing, though, is going to find out an overextended Uncle Getter. Going to shoot him out of his bike, but Boogie is going to trade back onto that. It's going to be Boober taken down.
Yeah, so now we've got Team Doc fully engaged onto Nothing's team. This is certainly a very heated engagement. We can see Nothing riding on top of Uncle Getter's corpse as Boogie Bagels trying to rotate out of there in the U.S. Will he be able to safely get out of here, Cameron, or will he reveal his sightlines to Nothing?
Looks like he is going to be able to make himself away. He didn't want to even try and finish that kill because, again, kills aren't worth it. You don't get points from them. And so the trade of him getting that kill but potentially dying himself, absolutely not worth it. If they already lost Getter, keep as 3. It's a lot safer of a bet. And he's going to go back and rotate back with Doc and Deadmau5 to hold onto this very powerful garage building.
Yeah, we talk about it time and time again, Cameron. These garage buildings are so great to defend. It is so incredibly hard to rush and try to wipe out a team already holding these buildings. So keep an eye on what Doc and the rest of the team can do here against their enemies. Yakas, though, from Ammunition Squad, going to be finding yet another team to engage on. This time it's going to be Shroud.
It's another powerful building that they have to attack, however, so you got to land these initial headshots. People peeking out the side. Ooh, flick onto Shroud's not going to connect.
This, though, in the kill feed, getting a triple kill onto Chad's team right now. We got Sever going out, Chad going out, and another teammate. Meanwhile, though, Ammunition able to connect with that SLR onto one of the members of Shroud Squad. Learn, going to be dropped right there. So certainly trades back and forth. Will they be able to get out of there? Meanwhile, though, Chad Squad is wiped out in 14th place.
This 1v4, he had a little assistance from his teammates, but they were not needed at all. He is flexing both literally and figuratively all over the competition. But look at this right now. It's going to be a push from Ammunition directly in on a Shroud's team's position. Yakas went forward onto the truck spot. Threw out a smoke, wants to push in even further. He had it down onto event 29, but as he expects Shroud around the corner, he got inside the building. Definitely heard the shots, but is now going to be pushing up the building, wants to get the kill on the player in the balcony. This is a very risky position. He got up there without getting spotted, but he didn't check his corners either. So that's going to be D-Rich there to be able to trade that kill out.
Yeah, D-Rich rolling up the stairs, able to wipe out one of the members, Yakas, from Ammunition Squad. Meanwhile, Ammunition going to be rotating back behind the safety of this vehicle to pick up a res on player number 48.
Revive coming through. This gives position for Shroud. They're going to toss out a couple of nades. Isn't going to be connected. It's going to be a little too far, but enough sightline under the truck gives Shroud the opportunity to finish off Ammunition and the rest of her squad. So that's 7 kills total right now for Shroud's team.
Leave it to Shroud to find the beautiful sightlines on the Ammunition underneath the truck and wipe them out. Shroud, true to form, only going to continue this push. I'm sure of it, Cameron.
Right now, going to be popping back over onto Loser's team. We were worried about them, Painkiller, the rest of the boys, of having to go through to Smack's team. But looks like they've actually looped around and now have an opportunity to gatekeep them in return. But he's also going to be looking at Vis in their own rotations. Painkiller spots the vehicles moving out, tries to land a couple of shots. A little bit of damage onto Smack, or rather his teammate iDev. But they're going to make a long rotation around the left side, going from north to south, trying to avoid as many people as they can and to find a clear path into the circle south of Pachinki.
South of Pachinki, we will be going. One team holding on to a very good position, at least for the time being, is going to be Anthony Kongfan. We saw them rotate from far and wide to get to this position. They took a bit of casualties on the way there, but as the duo, Drassel and Anthony still trying to lead into game number 2 of our event, Cameron. And let's just mention our prizes once again. Prizes for game number 2 are going to be backpacks. First place team going to be walking away with that level 3 backpack. Second place team going to be walking away with the level 2.
Deadmau5. He spots a vehicle moving around. It's going to be Jericho and the rest of his team on the side, it seems. Not going to take too many shots, though. It's not going to be so clear vision to give away their own position, give away information of their own. If there's any shots taken, it's probably just going to be some zoning shots, just some, hey, like peacocking around. Hey, don't come here. We're already here. Find your own spot.
Speaking of finding your own spot, here comes Ashik and the rest of his team rolling directly on top of team number 10. That's going to be Lil Lexi's squad, featuring Evil Genius's Nomi, as well as one of our qualifying players, just trying to avoid these shots, but wide open. Ashik spots them all out with the AKM, trying to put down damage, but return fire going to be taking Ashik down to about 20% HP, while he is forced to retreat to cover to get those meds off.
It's actually going to be Shroud's team from the north who are helping out. Nomi and the rest of his squad helping out Lil Lexi, taking some shots there across onto Ashek's team, but Lil Lexi, her team, they don't really have a lot of maneuverability from their position. They've ended up pinning themselves behind in that little corner because there's very little cover for them. On that push out, they can get punished for that. Even running down to the south right now, English Adam had an opportunity to land a couple of shots, wasn't able to do so, but that Trinity is going to chime in with shots of their own.
Dat Trinity, one of our other players from the competitive PUBG scene, going to be connecting onto Lil Lexi right there. So Nomi and our player number 40 just trying to do whatever they can. But meanwhile, Shroud is lighting up the kill feed as well. And ooh, Shroud's team comes up with a huge wipe on a team number 9. Going to be eliminated. That is Gold Glove squad going down and out.
Oh, but look at this, though. We got Vis's squad coming in on the dock. Deadmau5 trio. Deadmau5 gets taken out immediately by Wiki. Wiki's down very low himself, though. So an opportunity for someone to return on that, whether it's Doc or Boogie. No one's up on the top floor, though. No one has any oversight position. Oh, Boogie tried to turn it around. But the rush from squad, this is going to be too much for them. And so the Doc Deadmau5 squad are down and out in 11th place.
And you heard Doc talk about it, Cameron, right before this game. He mentioned that he was scared of Vis being a big competitor. So here it is, Vis and the crew, team number 16, coming out clutch, taking over this garage compound.
Real big misplay, I have to say, for not leaving a single person on the top floor. They got down to the bottom floor trying to assist each other out, but they weren't there in time. But it's going to be nothing squad coming up with another team. Boomsy gets a drop onto Goober, but Skadoodle with a nice turnaround to drop Lukey. Deluxe out in the open, get a spray down, but does eventually gets finished off his own. And now it's just Skadoodle in a 1 versus 1. He's able to finish it. That's going to be dropping out Choco Taco's team, and he's going to be able to get a revive on his teammates as well, staying as 3 with a nice little loot injection. However, they do have a minute before the blue closes on them. They were so close on the edge, and they have a little bit of travel that they need to do, so they are not out of the woodworks just yet.
Yeah, on the wide side of things. So that blue zone will be moving fast on that edge, 55 seconds. But Cameron, what once started with 16 teams, 64 players, has now been whittled down to just 8 teams and 24 players alive.
Yeah, half the teams, even more than half the players already taken out, and the blue's starting to close in just matter of seconds. See Team Smack here grabbing a strong position for themselves on the southwest part of the map. A lot of sightlines out of these buildings. I'm actually surprised this compound hasn't been taken yet. It's a very strong one. If you just get inside, use those windows, shoot all around you, you can gain control a lot of the map. And I worry about, I believe that is Trick 2G's team down to the southwest. It's going to be a hard push for them. They do have the cover from the trees on that hill to assist themselves, but it's still not going to be that safe for them. Right now, though, it looks like Shroud, they heard the action from Vis pushing it on the Deadmau5. They're pushing up a little late to try and punish people. Team Vis is already there on the left side, northwest of them. Don't know if they're going to get spotted out just yet. D-Rich or Learn may be the ones to do that. But I think Team Vis are aware of the push by Shroud.
Yeah, they're going to be kind of posturing themselves like they know something is coming, certainly looking in that direction, trying to hold all of the different flanks possible. And here they come. Shroud and the rest of team number 13 going to be rolling up on the toes of Vis and team number 16. Shots coming out. Shroud trying to land whatever he can with that beautiful 6 times on the SLR. This is the gun to do it with. Spots out Vis behind the rock. Will he be able to land these connections? Learn going to be going down, though. Beautiful shots from Wiki.
Ooh, and a nice nade to finish off the kill and take the other player down very, very low. It's all up to Shroud right now if D-Rich can't get this heal off, and they need to worry because they have Nothing's team up from the north going to be pushing in and third-partying this team as well. Stutter out in the open, though, gives an opportunity for Shroud to get it down, making it a 1-on-2. Still a hard position to find himself in. And now his spot is discovered. Rich, though, was able to get that heal, runs out, tries to get an angle. Out in the open, though, it's a very risky angle to take shots from, but this gives Shroud the opportunity to swing out on the side.
Yeah, almost using them as bait to give Shroud the opportunities, the angles he needs to find those connections. D-Rich going to be going down, though. He's going to be bleeding out, and will Shroud be able to get the smoke out? Will he be able to have the cover to pick up his teammate so that they can push on here into game number 2 with 2 men alive? It's going to be an extremely difficult res.
Ooh, Skadoodle is going to be helping out Shroud. Takes down Vis. Shroud is going to be one to finish that kill off. Now it's Vis's team is just down to 1. It's just Wiki. That smoke is going to allow Shroud to get D-Rich back up, but this gives opportunity for Nothing Squad to push up onto these 3 remaining players. Skadoodle so close to the other side of that smoke. If they walk out without being aware of it, they could get easily sprayed down. But Wiki, though, from Team Vis, he wants to get out of here. He's the last player remaining on his team. It's all up to him right now, but Shroud gets taken out immediately by Skadoodle. Puts it D-Rich, Skadoodle 1 versus 1. Rich only at 30% HP himself.
Yeah, Rich in a tough spot. He's already been knocked. He's low. He's low health. His armor has been deteriorated. Shroud going to be going out. The thirst from Skadoodle, and then the squad wipe. Team number 12, that's going to be Nothing Squad, wiping out Shroud.
Yeah, Deluxe finds Wiki as well, so that's Team Vis out of it as well. Team Nothing coming in hot. We were worried about their own rotation through, but finding 2 squads in the middle of a fight, easy cleanup for them, staying as 3, staying healthy, grabbing more ammo, more weapon attachments, and more armor as well as they get into their edge of the circle.
And here comes the blue zone, finishing that shrink circle number 5, about to pop. Cameron, where will it go? And here it is, a hard shift down to the southeast of things. Anthony Kongpan and team number 2 still looking strong there. They were in the central part of our previous circle, now sitting on the edge.
There is not a lot of cover in this next circle, so teams, if they want to push in, if they want to control area, they need to land their shots in order to do so.
Yep, Ashik, Dat Trinity, and English Adam holding a very favorable compound in this circle, just a little bit off center down to the southeast. So they are going to be positioning themselves very well to catch out anyone trying to crash onto this compound, specifically Solid FPS and the rest of Team Smack.
Team Smack pushing in right now. Not a lot of shots being taken onto them just yet. Not taking too much damage. This is bad. They're able to get so close onto these buildings, able to isolate these 2 warehouses. No downs just yet, but that's trying to pick out the window, doesn't land the shots through the grates, and he knows that he needs to go on the retreat. He wants to group up the rest of his teammates. They're okay splitting it 1 versus 1, door closed in his face. Not exactly the best move by his teammate, but it's okay. They've all solidified. They have split the line of scrimmage down the middle between these 2 barn buildings. A very nice push by Team Smack.
Yeah, this is what we call splitting the baby, Cameron. Just, taking it equal. It's a legal term. It's a legal term. But anyways, I digress. Back to the action here in the barns. Smack versus Dat Trinity, Englishman, and Ashik. Will they be able to land these shots? 4 men in the left barn that we're looking at, and then Ashik and the rest of their 3-man squad in the right barn. I mean, certainly the numbers favor Smack right now, Cameron.
Absolutely, but when you push from one building onto the next, numbers aren't as important as who lands the first down, who lands the first Car 98 headshot. That is the most impactful thing. If they want to take each other over, though, they want to do it now because the circle is going to start to close soon. And that just means that everyone's going to be pushing it onto their position. Right now, though, they're fairly isolated. You want to get control of your immediate area now before you start to extend your influence. That being said, they could easily just share it at this point. They could easily just stay in their buildings, try and take out everyone else around them before they deal with each other wherever the next circle goes.
Exactly right, Cameron. Meanwhile, though, team number 11 trying to make their way in off of the northwestern side of the circle. This is going to be Luzu's squad with just Justin and Painkiller remaining, but they are facing a very deadly squad of Anthony Kongfan. Already getting 1 knock. It's just Anthony left, and ooh, the connection's going to be had, but Drassel finding his own connections with that DP28 onto Painkiller.
Oh, Drassel found both. Justin didn't know where the initial shots came from. And that means that it's going to be Luzu's squad out of that. Should be able to get a revive on the Anthony Kongfan as well. So his team is going to stay as 3, it looks like. No, it's just going to be 2. I lied. Boom did get finished off before Drassel was able to make that turnaround.
Yeah, so Drassel, though, coming up huge. Will he be able to get over to Anthony to get that res? Certainly, he's making the boost. He's going to make the push now, but it's going to be a very difficult one. Trick2G and the rest of the squad are going to be riding the coast, hearing all of this action pop off, and they're safe for the time being. So just sit there, wait for the next circle, and see what happens. Deadly shots, though, coming out. Solid FPS, such a good player. With that mini 14 on to Deluxe from team number 12, Nothing Squad.
Him and his teammate Smack there on the side, waiting for the push by the teammate of the player they just downed. Tried to throw out a smoke, but it didn't bloom in time. Now he's going to have to heal himself before he tries to go on that push again to get the revive on his teammate. Looking around, making sure that they're clearing all their angles that they can. Solid and Smack on the top floor of this building could do a lot of work. And the next circle has revealed itself. It's still going to be on this compound, but the compound is ever closer towards the edge.
It certainly is, Cameron, but still, these guys do not need to engage on each other right now. They need to be fully aware of the threats coming from outside of the circle. Trick2G, the rest of squad number 15, going to have to move in from the south. Anthony Kongfan and Drassel, team number 2, up to the northwest, going to have to make their way in. And then Skadoodle, team number 12, that's going to be Nothing Squad, going to be hearing all of these shots popping off now.
Right now we're looking at Trick2G squad. They've been able to sneak themselves into the top 5, haven't gotten a single kill, trying to avoid all contact, but now they're going to have to push into the circle and lose all the cover they had. So they're going to have to do a lot of work right now. Drassel, though, he's able to get his teammate Anthony up, trying to send a lot of shots on the Nothing's team, but he takes a meaty headshot down to 10% HP. Skadoodle, though, and Deluxe both down. Deluxe finished off as well by Solid. He is getting revive onto Skadoodle, though, so they're going to stay as 2. But as you just saw, the angle from the warehouses, from the barn buildings down to the southeast is still deadly.
Still deadly indeed, Cameron. And these guys are just going to be trying to do whatever they can to survive in the meantime. But shots continue to come out. I mean, this is such an action-packed game. 5 teams remaining, 14 players alive. Trick2God trying to run across this field, but will be spotted out by Adaculus. The shot's going to be ringing true. Meanwhile, though, Trick able to find at least a bit of cover behind a tree, but unfortunately poked back out and will be connected on. Going to be going down to the gun from Adaculus.
Yeah, the smoke is going to help them a little bit, but can't do too much work. I'd be surprised if those Trick's teammates don't share his same fate, having to run over this open field. In fact, both of them try and take some form of cover still on the rock side, but it's not in the circle itself. So they have to try and find their own way in. Hopefully, Smack's team gets distracted by someone else, but I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Hopefully. I love the shot that we just got there. Trick2G's team kind of trying to run off these cliffs and avoid the shots. We just saw Cookie Man totally bail off the cliff, jumped immediately down. It was a beautiful sight to see. But Horsey up here, he's going to be trying to get these angles. He spots out the barns. Will he be able to get those peaks out of the window and connect onto one of these players? Certainly at this point, he's not going for kills. He's just going for cover fire to give him the ability to push up. Trick2God, though, going to be going down and out to Adaculus. Was not able to get that revive. The bleed out too strong.
Horsey, though, he's able to make the run across. Team Smack did get it down previously, I believe, by a member of Ashik's team. And that means eyes have been pulled off of Trick's position. Horsey finds one, but Cookie Man does get taken out. So I believe it is just Horsey left for Trick's squad. Able to find cover behind that tree, though, so he's able to stay alive for now. Anthony and Drassel, though, they did not share that fate. They actually got taken out in 5th place.
Taken out in 5th place. 4 teams remaining, 10 players alive, and here comes an engagement between Ashik's team as well as Nothing Squad. And will they be able to finish off one or the other? Skadoodle going to be coming out with those trades. Horsey, though, coming out with huge shots onto Nothing Squad right there with the Car 98 connection onto Goober.
This circle shift is huge. This puts it all onto Nothing Squad, or at least the duo that are left. I believe it is just Skadoodle and another teammate. Don't have the name in front of me right now, but Horsey, he's behind this tree. He's going to have to find his way into the circle, but he has position to get a couple of kills on a Smack's team while they run out, but they know where he is, so they have to wait behind and take him out. It means they get a kill for themselves, but it does mean that they can't push in as quickly as they may otherwise want, but it looks like Skadoodle, he's also going for the peek around the side.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the third-party action pushed Horsey out of his protected lines of sight, and that's going to be a huge connection, taking out Trick2G's team in 4th place. 3 teams remaining, 8 players alive. Cameron, we are about to find out who our top 2 teams are going to be, walking away with our backpacks, but one team has to go out before we get there.
Good job here by Team Smack. They know they've cleared the west side of their barn building, so they're just clearing out the side. They don't want to rush through. They want to make sure that they go a path that isn't immediately punishable by Team Ashik. Want to try and find an off-angle Skadoodle, though, still from the north. Lone player left for his team, but we've seen what he can do so far. Definitely going to continue to be a threat onto both of these squads having to retreat out of these barn buildings.
I mean, Skadoodle is in such a good position to referee this fight that is certainly inevitable here between these 2 teams that have been holding the barns. Already seeing Smack and Adaculus rotate out, going to be holding the crates, trying to pinpoint the exit spots for Ashik and Dat Trinity.
A nice nade, though, from Ashik is going to drop Edaculus. Should be an easy revive, but that is more health, more resources taken out of them. Ashik, though, they've done a lot of work so far. It looks like they're going to push through. They're going to push through the barn buildings. Definitely heard by one of the players inside. A fight comes through. iDef finds one, but immediately traded out by Dat Trinity.
Dat Trinity just trying to do whatever he can. He thirsts and takes out iDef, getting the full kill, but solid FPS. Going to be spotting out English Adam. Takes him down and out. Going to be using that grows that we talked about at the early part of this game. It's so deadly close range and solid FPS, exhibiting that beautifully right now. Skadoodle, meanwhile, just holding on to whatever position he can, while Edaculus and Smack are trying to spot out the remaining members of Ashik's squad.
I love this by Solid. He didn't go for the final kill of the player inside the building. He just closed the door and knew that him and his team, retreating back to those crates, had the position to gatekeep them out of it.
And here we are, our top two teams of game number 2. These are our squads that are going to be walking away with the backpacks. It is only going to be decided who's going to be walking away with the level 3 or the level 2. Meanwhile, though, Skadoodle finds a beautiful Car 98 shot onto Edaculus. So even though he's a solo player, Cameron, Skadoodle has been putting in the work.
He has. He's lopped off helmets. He's lopped off body armor. He's going to push a little more center, a little more aggressive, wants to find more headshots. The circle doesn't favor either of these teams, really, so it's all of the man advantage, but can Skadoodle continue to hit these shots? He throws some more out, doesn't find it. The second one lands, though. Edaculus does go down. Smack trying to swing around the side, trying to find an opposing angle with Solid. 2 versus 1 now. Can Skadoodle climb his way out of this? The angle is spotted on him, though. It's going to be Solid with the last couple of shots, and it's going to be Team Smack taking game number 2.
Beautiful game from Smack and the rest of the squad, able to get that first place finish with a commanding kill count. The kill count doesn't matter.